Hi, happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we're here in the kitchen today making celery root. Now, please comment below if you've ever eaten this. Maybe you've seen this in the store and didn't know what it was. It is kind of ugly, but it is such an amazing vegetable. So I'm going to tell you all about it. I just want to get a better view here. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, sorry. I just want you to be able to see my table. Okay. All right. So back to celery root. All right. So it is a cool season vegetable. So it's in season now. And basically what this is the root. It grows underground, and the stalk of the celery grows out of this. So this is the part where we're eating the green celery, but this is the root that's attached to that bottom, and it grows underground. It actually has a very mild celery flavor and a little earthy flavor. So we're going to cut it up. I'm going to heat my pan up. Now, we're going to saute it today. This is going to be a super quick recipe. I was going to make it ahead of time, but I wanted to show you how quick and easy this is. So, how do you cut this up? So, the first thing we're going to do is, and I'm sorry you can't see this, I just can't get the angle right. We're just going to cut off the bottom and the other end. Okay, so we're just going to cut off the ends. I have a paper towel down because the roots and the outer skin is kind of all over the place, and I don't want it getting on my cutting board. And we're just going to cut off the sides. Just make a thin cut, kind of like you're maybe cutting a kiwi, right? So we're just cutting around all the sides like this. Now I wish that you had the ability to smell this, because as we cut it, right, the inside kind of looks like a turnip or a potato, but it smells just like celery. So if you had your eyes closed and smelled this, you would think that celery was right next to me, because it's that part of the plant. Okay, so we're just taking the ends off here. All right, and you're just gonna all right, I think I just want to get the bottom. See, I'm just cutting all around here. Now this makes a lot, otherwise I would have had it all cut up ahead of time, but I wanted to show you from the beginning and how we cut it. Now storing this will last a long time, so you can buy this. You want to keep it in your fridge, and it will last several weeks. Okay, so we have this all cut up, and I'm just going to remove this. All right, so now on my fresh clean cutting board, I'm just going to cut them into about 1 inch sized cubes. Going to add some olive oil to my pan. So we're just going to cut. You just want to be firm so that cutting board doesn't move. This knife is better. There we go. All right, so I cut a chunk off, and I'm just going to dice it up. Cut it into long pieces and then cubes. Okay, so this actually is a great alternative to potatoes, because potatoes can be very starchy. So if you're looking for a less starchy side dish, this is a great alternative. And I'm going to share the different ways that you can cook it, but the easiest that we're going to do is sauteing it today. Now you can eat this raw as well if you really thinly slice it and put it into slaws. Because literally, if you tasted this, it literally tastes like celery, but just a little bit mild, and like I said, a little earthier. Okay, and the other thing when cutting this is it's going to oxidize, just like apples. So you don't want to prep this ahead of time. That's why I didn't cut this ahead of time, because it will start to get brown, and you don't want to put it in water because you're going to create extra moisture, which you don't want. Okay, so we're going to add these cubes to my olive oil. This is really fun. So next time you're in the grocery store, if you've never seen this before, you're going to find it in the aisle near the celery, the radishes, where all the root vegetables and herbs are. And this is very minimal ingredients as well. Like I said, I'm using a little olive oil. It's going to have a little garlic. And then the herbs that I'm using today for this dish is thyme and rosemary. And then I'm going to use fresh parsley. So, okay. So what we're going to do is let this saute for about 5 minutes, just till it gets a little soft. Now, when you cook the celery root, as it cooks, the sweetness is going to come out. So it will be a slightly different flavor if you ate it raw on a slaw versus sauteing it like this. Now, another option you can do is mashing it, just like you would potatoes. You would boil it in salted water, maybe for about 15 minutes, drain it really well, and then just mash with the potato masher or a hand beater. Yes, oh, I hope you try it, Daryl. Let us know how you made it and what you made. So drain it well because it will retain the moisture. Then you could put in some low-fat sour cream or some Greek yogurt, maybe some dill. That would be really nice for a mashed celery root. You could also roast it. Just heat up your oven to 425 degrees. Roast it for about 20 minutes. Maybe roast it with some herbs. You can use red onions, other root vegetables. So this kind of ties up our month. We kind of been talking all about root vegetables all month. Earlier this month, I did do roasted vegetables, so you can see how that came out. We roasted carrots, turnips, and parsnips. Last week, Shalja talked about ginger and turmeric root. So that really gives your dishes a nice flavor. You can season so many dishes with spices and herbs and roots. Okay, already it's starting to get brown. So what I'm going to do is add 1 garlic clove, just minced here. You know, we don't want the garlic to brown really quickly, so we're going to add a little liquid. I have chicken broth here, maybe about a 1/4 cup. If you don't have broth, you can use water. If you want to keep this vegetarian, you can use vegetable broth. So it's just a little bit of moisture to coat the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. I don't have fresh. If you have fresh, you can do that. And of course, the conversion is 1 tablespoon of fresh equals 1 teaspoon dried. So you can just, you know, I'm going to do a dash of salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay. And what we're going to do is put the lid on it now for a few minutes just to create steam so that that moisture evaporates, continues to get the celery root nice and soft, and then we're going to top it with some fresh parsley. So those are so many different ways that you can have it. A little nutrition benefit about celery root is that it is rich in antioxidants. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals, fiber, and like I said, it's lower in starch. So it's a really nice alternative. And I encourage you all to look for that in the grocery store and try it, because it's really fun to try things that we've never tried before. And we would love if you do try it. Come back to the video, type in the comments how you liked it, or you know, even share a photo. You can either post that in the comments or you can email that to us. We love to know that you're watching the videos and making the recipes, and we want to know how your family is enjoying it. So then, while the liquid is evaporating, just kind of give it a few turns. I mean, this cooks pretty quick, just like turnips cook pretty quickly as well. And what a nice, like, different side dish to make. So I'm going to get a bowl and show you what it looks like. Okay, we're just going to give it 1 more minute, and then we're going to top it with, I did get fresh parsley. Not only that kind of blends that earthy flavor together, but it also gives it a really nice color, adding that on there to that creamy color celery root. Okay. This is looking good. All right, let's plate it. You see how fast that was? Okay. All the spices and the garlic. Okay. And then we're gonna take just a handful of some fresh parsley, rough chop it. And garnish your dish. And look at that. That's delicious. Now let's taste. Let me get a fork. Okay, it's gonna be hot. I'll take a small piece here. It looks like a potato. When you taste it, you taste celery. Try it. The recipe will be in the comments. Have a great weekend.